So speaking of that, about Florida, let's get into not necessarily a breakdown. It's on Tuesday, so we're kind of looking forward towards the next week. But we want to talk a little bit about the Florida versus Long Island game. Quickly get out the way. Florida was dominant on defense. LIU, outside
Yeah.
of one 28-yard pass against Teddy Foster in the fourth quarter, I'm pretty sure their last drive, not including the end of game drive, where they had a 28-yard pass, got in field goal range. Or I don't know who their kicker is, or if their kicker could hit that long of a field goal. But if it was us, that would be clearly in field goal range, or maybe not. We'll talk about that, I guess, here soon. But outside of that, the defense didn't give up anything. I mean, the first drive they gave up a first down, but then immediately got a fumble and turned that for a touchdown. I mean, Bryce Thornton just has like a magnet to the ball. Both of those turnovers, both of those fumbles, he picked up both of them. I mean, it happens, and he just kind of was in the right place at the right time. So I think the defense, I don't think there's really any negatives to take away from it, besides maybe Teddy Foster, who probably won't see much time this year. Probably there's a reason he's not going to see much time this year in big games.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the defense was fantastic. I mean, it should have been like, it was, that's what you should do against a not very good FCS team that can't pass the ball, which is what Long Island is. But I mean, like you and I both said coming into this game that there's a very good chance this is a shutout. Ended up being that way. I mean, like, I really don't
think either of us predicted it, though.
No, we didn't. No, neither of us did, but we both said like easily could see this being a shutout. If I remember correctly. But I think like, yeah, I mean, the defense was as good as you could want. I mean, 2 first downs the entire game, separated by pretty much the entire game between them. I mean, I don't know what more you could ask for.
Yeah, their first, actually, now that you mention it, their first down was literally the first drive, and their last was their last drive. That's actually kind of wild now looking back at it.
Yeah, so I mean, for the entirety of the game, except for the bookends, the defense was absolutely lights out. And I mean, yeah, there's no negatives. I don't think maybe it's hard to take away positives, but at the same time, I was a little bit concerned about the defense coming into the year. So at the very least, it's nice to see them take care of business the way you would expect them to.
There's no new concerns.
Yeah, there's no new concerns.
That's the positive.
And I think you could even maybe say that, the fact that Caleb Banks didn't play in the interior of the defensive line had, kept up its fidelity like that. Like that's, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a positive yet, but it's an encouraging bud that will be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how it grows. So, I mean, I think, yeah, as far as the defense goes, really no notes on that side. Offensively though, like, I mean, look, for a game where you score 55 points and like the offense is pretty efficient, I felt like it was not exactly what you would want to see from the offense in a lot of ways, especially early in the game. Against an FCS opponent like this. I mean, I think, especially early in the game, offensive line kind of struggled in this game, especially like on the right side. And Bryce Levette, I mean, I don't know if I'm sure you probably saw his PFF grade.
I saw
rough in this game. It was like a 25. So, I mean, that's not ideal for a unit that we expected to be pretty good against a defensive front that, I mean, I know Billy said they threw some new stuff at them, like schematically, that they didn't really see on film, but like it's Long Island. I don't think that really should matter.
So here's the way I kind of look at it. So we talked about the defense, and there's no real positives. I mean, there's no negatives. That's the only positive, I guess. Like, going into the game, unless we like really struggled, this was a close game or something like that, I was never really going to take away any positive or negative. Like, Vernell Brown looking good. It's like he's a 5-star wide receiver going against an bad FCS team. Like, I mean, that's in theory what a 5-star receiver should do, or, given the opportunity, probably will do. And he had the opportunity to do so. So if I'm not really going to take away anything bad, I mean, anything good, it's like Levette struggled, and you don't want to see that. Like, if Levette if Levette played no playing time last year and was just a starter, I would probably also be on that side of, okay, this guy's probably a problem. But I also look at it, Levette played a lot of football last year, including started a game at right tackle and played snaps at right tackle throughout the year as well. He graded out, if you want to mention PFF, I mean, the Tulane game, he graded out, I think, at a 70. I think he graded out like a 72 in the Tulane game. And he was lining up against 18. It's not like, it's kind of like Aiden Hutchinson. I can't Huntington. I think it's Huntington. Aiden Huntington, and he was lining up against him a decent part of the game, and he just made an NFL 53-man roster. I mean, he was lining up against good SEC level and, Daryl Jackson for FSU. Like, he was lining up against these guys and still grading out pretty well, or I mean, actually really well last year in those games. So, the way I kind of look at it is there was probably a little bit of sandbagging going on in that game. And, I feel like he didn't really come out full intensity, full purpose. And, if he struggles again against USF, then maybe you start blowing that alarm. But like, I'm going to keep it in mind and, look and see how he does. But I personally don't really take away too much from this.
Yeah, all that's fair. And I'm not saying you should be sounding the alarms about this right now, but I think it is something that I'm for sure going to be monitoring as Florida moves forward.
Yeah.
And I think especially this week, I mean, we'll get into this game, but I think all of a sudden I'm watching for a lot more things in this game than I was expecting to be, because I think this is more of a real team than I was expecting it to be honest with you. I don't think they're going to threaten Florida that much as we'll get into it, but I think they're a good enough team that if you have deficiencies that Long Island could exploit, certainly USF's going to exploit them. So I think we'll find out a lot more. And, obviously I don't think you'll get as little effort. Well, I mean, do you not think so?
I mean, our issue is something that was one of the best units in the country last year, which returns 4 of the 5 starters. Like, we'll get into our USF preview later, but this offensive line was one of the best offensive lines in the country last year. Like, we're talking about serious progression if this is a genuine concern.
Yeah. I mean, but LSU's offensive line kind of did that last year. They kind of regressed a little bit despite bringing back a ton of guys, NFL guys. Like, I don't know. I think, I don't know. I'm not saying that that's what's happening
was
here.
LSU's pass blocking was elite last year. I mean, obviously Florida ended up having 7,
except for a couple games where it wasn't.
They had a couple games. I mean, they were also missing some players got hurt at the end of the year. Dellinger, I'm pretty sure, got hurt. And Tyreek Sapp and Caleb Banks were able to really eat up on those two on the backups they had there. So it's like that happened. But like LSU's offensive line, I mean, Jaden Daniels led that team in rushing. So, and you usually when you do a lot of rushing, you're escaping the pocket when you're starting to get pressured. Like, were they a great run blocking unit back in 2023?
What, LSU? No, they've never been a run blocking unit. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I wouldn't really say they even regressed.
I mean, okay. I mean, fair. I guess where I'm at with the offensive line is like, I think I for sure took it for granted coming into the year that this was like going to be an offensive line, an elite offensive line, like the strength of the team potentially. And that might still be the case, but it's something I'm now monitoring more than I was expecting to be after week 1 against Long Island, because it wasn't just Levette. I mean, there were other guys that gave up some pressures and missed some assignments and stuff. So like, I mean, maybe that's just week 1 stuff, you hope. And I mean, it probably also didn't help. Like, there was some pressure, but I mean, let's just like elephant in the room. Probably didn't help that like Lackway looked like a quarterback who has not played in practice in almost a year. Like he looked like
this was his first 11 on 11 since December 20th of 2024.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, and it showed. And that's not me being negative about Lagway. I think he'll be totally fine. And I mean, his rustiness was 15 of 18 for like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like, he'll be fine.
He went for 130.
It was only 130. I thought it was like, oh, you're right. Okay, I thought it was not even. He went for 120. It was Tremel.
120.
I thought he was like pushing like 180 or something like that. Okay. So yeah. So I mean, still though, like highly efficient game. I mean, I think he missed a couple throws. I think he also made some nice ones. I think he didn't necessarily sense the pressure super well. I mean, they had like 11 TFLs in this game. Long Island did.
Mine says 8.
I've heard 11.
Many places are seeing different places.
Yeah.
Billy TFLs said it wasn't 11.
Well. Yeah, Billy said it wasn't 11, and then I've heard other people say it is. So
the app I use said 8, so
we'll say at least, Stat Broadcast says 11. So we'll say somewhere between 8 and 11 TFLs. Either way, not really an ideal number.
All of those also were not on the offensive line.
No, that's the point I'm making, is I think some of those, like at least 1 or 2 of those, like when DJ got tackled in the backfield, I think we're kind of on DJ.
The first play of the game, was DJ. I mean, it's the first play of his season. He was clearly trying to do something that I don't think he would do if it was any other point.
Yeah.
Unless it was like you have to make the biggest play here, game on the line. Like I'm like pretty sure Lagway's like, hey, it's the first play of the season. We're playing Long Island, no shade to him, but it's Long Island, so I'm just gonna go out there and first play, I'm gonna try to hit a big play, and he ends up taking a sack. Like that's on DJ. That's not on the offensive line.
Yeah, and again, it's fine. Like I'm not worried about DJ Lagway. It's just like those are. I mean, he didn't come out and have like the super polished game that we all probably kind of hoped he would. But I think that was to be. I think if he had done that, that would have been extremely impressive given the offseason that he's dealt with. While we're on the topic of quarterback play, though, perhaps the most like actually encouraging thing from this game to me is. First of all, that Trel Jones has emerged as QB2 and how well he played in this game. I mean, I don't think either of us felt great about the idea of Aiden Warner or Harrison Bailey having to start a game. I'm a lot more intrigued if it comes down to it, if it's Trel. I think he's very talented. I think to come in and earn this QB2 job, especially because we know, I mean, Harrison Bailey has played some football in the power conference levels, and we know Billy likes Aiden Warner. So to come in and take that QB2 job, that says a lot to me. So like, as far as there's anything you can actually take away from this game, to me, it's that was really encouraging.
Yeah, it really was encouraging. I mean, I feel like, I guess we can hit on this in a little bit. I guess I'll stay on the topic with Trel Jones. Like when I was looking at scouting reports and stuff of his, he was a pretty highly ranked prospect and fell down. I mean, he had a pretty serious leg injury his senior year, and that pushed him into the mid 200s. I can't remember exactly, maybe like 230s or 240 high school rankings. But one of like the big things on the scouting reports was about his mobility, and he's not that mobile of a quarterback, not that athletic, but I feel like he was a lot more athletic than I expected him to be. And I mean, maybe some of those scouting reports was because of his leg injury and they were projecting that it would be something that really affected him. But, it's Long Island, but I feel like he looked pretty athletic out there and maneuvering in and out of the pocket, getting out and running for a first down, if I'm not mistaken. So he was hitting his receivers. The offense was opened up for him. I mean, I'm going to hit on that in a bit, but yeah, I really liked what I saw from Trel Jones, and I think the ceiling is higher if Trel Jones is the backup, rather Harrison Bailey or Aiden Warner.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, I don't think this is like a situation like Lagway last year where you're going to see like Trel Jones packages. I think Tremel's heading for a red shirt if he doesn't have to play. But I mean, I think if you had like an emergency situation, I think you'd probably like DJ's helmet comes off, you probably throw in Aiden Warner or Harrison Bailey to not risk using a game and burning the red shirt there. But no, I mean, like, I think it's encouraging. And I mean, obviously, with what could potentially happen, there could be some competition down the line in terms of Florida's quarterback room beyond DJ Lagway. But I mean, I think it's definitely, that's encouraging. And I don't think they kind of played that one close to the chest too. Like, I feel like no one really had any semblance of an idea that Trel had won that QB2 job in fall.
Because early on, it sounded like Aiden Warner was going to be the QB2. And then like a week or so before, it was hearing Harrison Bailey. And then out of nowhere, it was Trel Jones, which I really like. I mean, Napier said in his press conference that Trel kind of took it over in that last week. So it kind of makes sense that if it was Bailey and then it became Trel, that it would have happened that last week. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see it. I've known some people that are pretty high on Trel Jones. And I mean, hopefully he's willing to wait 2 years. I mean, we'll see how he continues to improve if he is someone that we could see starting at QB for Florida for a couple years here instead of, going out for those 5 stars that has to start right away.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's what you want to do is you want to build like QB progression. That's obviously harder to do in the portal era. But I mean, you really don't want to find yourself in a position where DJ Lagway leaves and you have to go get a transfer for 1 year that has like a stopgap before the next guy. So, I mean, the fact that he's here, the fact that he's already won this job as a true freshman, I don't think any of us thought that. I mean, he was QB4 3 weeks ago. I mean, that's really impressive.
Yeah, it definitely is. So something I wanted to touch on that I was starting to bring up, and I mentioned Trel Jones had like the offense opened up. I'm in a bunch of chats and everything, and I see people are complaining about the play calling in this game, and all the screens, and it's like during the offseason, it's like, oh, we're gonna go 4 or 5 wide, 5 receivers wide out and stuff. And they're saying that this is the same old Billy Napier play calling. For one, we didn't run many screens with DJ Lagway last year. I mean, I can't. Brooks Austin, I think it is, who does like QB, who does player breakdowns and stuff, scouting and everything for college. He did his on DJ Lagway and did the Tulane game, which was one of Lagway's most highest usage rates of the season, where he threw over 20 passes. And during that, Lagway only had like 2 screenplays, like 3. I'm pretty sure he had like 3 easy passes, and 2 of them were screenplays. I think what we were clearly seeing here was Napier trying to experiment and improve Lagway on those shorter passes right there and keep the game plan simple. Don't show too much. I mean, there's zero reason for us to go 5 wide in this game. Like, if you're going 5 wide in this game, you're exposing it to other teams that you can do this. There's no reason to be doing it before the LSU game.
We still did it, though, on some red zone sets, didn't we?
I think we did go 5 wide. I think we did like the same play that we ran against Ole Miss on our first touchdown when it was to Elijah Badger in the corner. This time it was to Trey Wilson because he motioned out Jacoby Jackson out wide. But they weren't going to show anything new in this game. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
And also the talent with Dallas Wilson, Adam Mizell, which if you're using 4 or 5 receivers this year, it's going to be Sturdivant, Trey Wilson, Vernell Brown, Mizell, and Dallas Wilson as well. So I'm not too worried about play calling right now. I mean, I've never worried too much about Billy's play calling. I thought it was overblown. I think people see an unsuccessful play and right away put it with play calling when it could be a good play call that just didn't work because either A, one of your players missed a blocking, or one of your players missed an assignment, or B, stuff happens sometimes. That's like an underrated part of college football, that sometimes just inexplicable things happen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they showed a lot or much of anything super creative on offense in this game. I think as was expected.
Here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really.
It's LIU. Why show it?
Well, the thing is, like, I kind of like am inclined to agree with Rob in terms of, I do think Billy's playbook just isn't good enough right now. Like, I need to kind of be convinced otherwise. But I mean, it is LIU, and like there are. I mean, I know the joke is that Billy has 6 plays. Yeah, I mean, I know the joke is that Billy has 6 plays, but like,
yeah,
that's not what you're like. You're gonna see a more. I mean, you saw a more expanded offense in LSU and Ole Miss games. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, that's not our playbook. What we ran last night is not. That's not even close to what we were running with Lagway at the end of the year last year.
Yeah, I will say the thing in terms of offensive play calling and scheme and all that was most demoralizing to me was just the fact that, like, still, man, this staff does not seem to know how to use Trey Wilson, like, at all. I mean, he finished this game with like an insane. I mean, I don't even know how you like. This is an insane stat line: 5 catches for -4 yards and a touchdown on 5 targets.
I will say.
I mean, what's that?
There's also one other negative. Hayden Hanson's blocking in this game was completely atrocious. One of those screenplays where we probably lost like 3 or 4 yards with Trey Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Wilson, with his ability, may have taken it for like a 40-yard touchdown, whatever we were. Hayden Hanson missed a one-on-one block that if he makes, Trey Wilson's taking that at least for a first down, if not for a touchdown.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'd like to say.
I mean, yeah, I'm not even saying I don't think this is like all on Trey. Like, I think it's more of a usage thing than it's like about Trey's ability. But like this is why when we've done the previews for the season and talked about it, I mean, and talked about the receivers, like Trey has almost kind of, at least for me, been a bit of an afterthought just because I kind of expected more from JMS, from Mizell, from the freshmen, and it's just kind of reconfirming that to me because it doesn't seem like they trust or for whatever reason, they either don't trust him or don't think it's the best use of him in the offense. But like, they are not really using Trey as like a big play down the field receiver. And I mean, you're not going to put up 1,000 yards doing that. So,
I hate to beat on this point, but it's also just, it's Long Island.
Yeah, but this is
We
nothing
also
new. I mean,
we
this is
didn't
how
have
Trey's
any
been
big.
used for 3 years.
We had one big play in the game to Vernell Brown. Like they weren't trying to be a big play offense with DJ Lagway because they know DJ Lagway can hit big plays and hit that type of stuff. I mean, he hit one of them to Trey Wilson last year against Kentucky. I mean, Trey
Yeah.
Wilson was running out wide his freshman year. I mean, I don't think we like to look at it, but the Arkansas game, I mean, South Carolina game, like Trey Wilson was going out running routes and catching balls back then. Like, and I mean, he got hurt last year. He did it against Kentucky, but like, he didn't really play much for the rest of that year. But like, it's again feeding on a dead narrative. But like, it's Long Island.
But would you say like he did that because is your point that he can? Because I agree.
Yeah.
I think he can. I think he can too. That's
I think
why
he
it's
can
weird.
and will.
Okay. I mean, I hope you're right, but it just, I mean, and I'm not even talking about like throw him home run balls, like throw him 10-yard passes, like over the middle of the field. Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand why you have this like extremely athletic, talented player. And like the only thing you try to do is like get him the ball in the backfield and let him do yak. I mean, not the only thing, but like that is primarily the way Trey has been used in Billy's offense. So, I mean,
okay, can I ask you this?
Yeah.
So J. Michael Sturdivant had 2 catches, I'm pretty sure. One was a screen, and one was also a touchdown pass that was very similar to Trey's.
Yeah.
J. Michael Sturdivant had the exact same play calls, basically, that Trey Wilson had.
Yeah.
Do you think they don't trust J. Michael Sturdivant?
No, I mean, but I mean, he also had more. Sturdivant only had, 2 catches in this game?
Yep. One was
2 catches
pass the corner.
on 3 targets. So, I mean, Trey was targeted more on those. But, I mean, I see your point. I mean, I will say I was a little surprised, even though they got a ton of guys. I mean, they had like 20 guys catch a pass. But, like, I expected that Sturdivant would be a little bit more involved in this game, even with most of the starters only playing a half. I still thought he'd maybe have a little more than 2 catches for 7 yards.
I think it just came down to the fact that they weren't showing anything.
Yeah.
Like, we saw, I mean, they didn't even show a lot of the stuff we saw last year. I mean, you saw in the second half with Tremel Jones, they were running out in shotgun 4 wide a lot more than they did with DJ Lagway. And I mean, you kind of saw it. I mean, it felt like Tremel Jones had a much more open offense, like probably was statistically as well. So it's like, I think it's pretty clear to see that like they weren't trying to show anything. I mean, they were just trying to get Lagway some reps in so he can get unrusted, because he hasn't played 11-on-11 since the Tulane game. So I think they were trying to keep it simple, do stuff that Lagway hasn't done yet, and hit those screen passes and experiment with things, figure out the rotations and all of that. So I think if we have the exact same narrative after this USF game, and we didn't win by like 50 points or, win by like 30 points, destroy USF, then maybe we should be nervous going to LSU. But if we go into this USF game, I mean, if we just dominate them like this again, then I'm still be like, okay, we knew we were just that much better than USF. And we'll get into that later, my opinions on USF. Or maybe we do go out there and show a bit of new stuff and it helps us beat USF. But I'm not worried about it until, the LSU game, more than likely.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. And that's what I was going to say was like, I'm willing to buy that this week. If we're still having this conversation on the show on Sunday, and I don't think, and like, I agree with Rob. I kind of agree with Rob. Like, I do. We cancel each other out.
Yeah.
I kind of do think I don't think it's going to be a dogfight in the sense that the final score probably won't look that close, but like, I don't think things are going to come easy for Florida in this game. So I think you will have
It might be a dogfight, but Florida's going to be Michael Vick here watching it.
I think it'll be a dogfight in like the way it feels, not so much in like it being super close or competitive late. But I mean, I think, look, they just held Boise to 7 points. Like, you're going to have to open something up. Like, I don't think
maybe,
I think, Boise, I think Sire Gaines is a good running back for Boise. They bring back a lot. Like, I don't think the way they shut down Boise, I don't think you're just going to be able to run the ball for 250 yards with Baugh and Jackson in this game. Like, I think you will have to actually open some things up on offense to have success in this game.
Again, we'll get into that a bit later, but do you have any other? Oh yeah, kicking. We didn't talk about kicking.
Oh, yeah.
Trey Smack missed as many field goals in this game as he did all of last year. Now, maybe that's something we have to worry about. There's nothing we can really do besides weight. I mean, we're not going to start the freshman kicker. I mean, Billy Napier said that. I mean, Billy Napier was quoted saying, great shooters, if they miss, they continue to shoot. So it shows he has trust in Trace Mack. I mean, there's nothing we can look at on tape and be like, this is why Trace Mack missed it. Like, there's actually one of them. I saw at least one of them where Tommy Doman had the laces facing Trace Mack. So maybe that's part of it. A new holder, a new holder, because he had Crawshaw holding for him his entire career, and now he has Tommy Doman. But I mean, maybe that's something are going to fix in practice or not. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, Billy seemed surprisingly not perturbed by it when he was talking about it. For a guy misses 3 kicks in the season opener, a guy who's supposed to be one of the best kickers in the country, and it wasn't even there's some things we got to clean up. It was just he'll be fine. It was literally just he'll be fine.
Good shooters keep shooting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the misses were short, which is kind of weird, or at least a couple of them were. The
57-yarder was short.
Yeah. No. Sorry. I meant 2 of his misses were on short-ish kicks.
Right? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Didn't he miss from 40 and 37?
Yeah. And Billy also said it when he missed those kicks. He missed all of them by a combined 1 yard.
Yeah. I mean,
he barely missed them.
But I guess it's we know Trace Mack should have absolutely no problem hitting from 40. So, I mean, it's only a concern to me insofar as if it's a sign of inconsistency to come this year, which I mean, I don't know how you predict that. He hasn't really been inconsistent at any point in his career prior to this point. No. So it'd be weird to get the kicking yips as a 5th-year senior who started for 3 years. But I mean, that's weird. I mean, I wasn't expecting, to be
Trace Mack's in his 3rd season.
He's a 5th-year senior though, isn't he? Is he
No,
4th year senior?
He's a sophomore. I mean, a junior. Sorry, he's a junior.
He's only a true junior?
Because his 2023 was his freshman year, right?
No, he's a senior, dude. He played in 2022 on kickoffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm wrong. Not a 5th-year senior, but a true senior. So, but yeah, so I mean, a guy 4th year with the program, 3rd year starting. So I mean, you expect consistency. I mean, I'm not worried about it, but I mean, obviously, if it continues to be a problem, that's a major problem. You can't be going 2 of 5 on kicks, 3 of 6. What was he?
2 of 5 sounds right.
Also, Florida kicking
4.
Was he 1 of 4? Oof.
Wait, did he hit 2? Or?
I thought he hit 2 because he hit from long. He definitely had at least 1 from long.
Yeah, he hit the 55. He hit a 55-yarder.
Kicking,
he went 2 of 5. Okay.
2 of 5. Yeah, I mean, also I will just say Florida kicking 5 field goals in this game, not ideal. I mean, we'll see. It's Long Island, but just noticing. I'm just noticing things. Kicking 5 field goals against this team, not ideal. Would like to see some better execution on their side of the field, but yeah, I mean, it's week 1. It's Long Island. We've said it a million times. I think there's things to be cautiously optimistic about. I think there's things to be maybe semi-concerned about, but I don't think any of that really matters because those narratives could all get reversed this weekend.
Austin Hardin was not as good as Trace Mack.
Yeah, but that almost was what makes it weirder to me is because with Austin Hardin, it was literally I don't know if he can make this kick. With Trace Mack, it's I know he can, so why is he not? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.